Okay, so do I offer multiple colors for my custom fishing floats? Well, the answer is I used to. I used to offer pretty much any color that's imaginable, and had a nice fluorescent color to it as well, but the cost was a lot because I used to use my airbrush, and I would have to base coat it with white, and then about 2 or 3 coats of that, then come back with 2 or 3 coats of the main color, that fluorescent color, and then you have to let that dry for 2 or 3 days, and then epoxy everything, and then varnish on top of that. It's a long and slow process that, 1, I don't like doing, 2, drives up the cost of my floats. So if I did that, I would have to increase my cost several dollars, which I try to keep my costs low, but I also try to get the best bang for the buck for you guys. So what I started doing was just getting simple house paint, exterior house paint, and I can just dip it and hang it up and just let it dry. Then I can actually sand it down as need be. Whereas other stuff I can't sand it down because it'll just ruin the finish of it. This stuff I can sand it down and get a nice coating of epoxy over it. The epoxy doesn't always take to the paint all that well. And I used to have to epoxy it first, scuff that up, then paint it, then put the varnish over the epoxy. The current method is far easier and far more durable, actually, quite frankly, because the paint is actually under the epoxy and the varnish, whereas when I have to airbrush it, the paint is above the epoxy but under the varnish. So there's a layer of epoxy that's not protecting that paint, and it's just not as durable. That's another reason. The good thing about the airbrush paints is they're far more visible. You can see them from a much further distance away, and that's why I did it. The reality is, that's why I don't offer all those various colors, because it just takes too much time, and that time's going to drive up my cost because I won't be able to get the product out as quickly. All right, you see what I'm saying? Anytime you're dealing with a craft produced product, anything that adds an extra day, an extra week, drives up the cost significantly, versus something that's mass produced. You're constantly trying to drive down the cost. You see what I'm saying? So if anybody wants, it's raining, if anybody wants custom colors, yes, I can do it, but I'm gonna have to just send you an invoice via directly PayPal to cover the cost, because I have to actually order the paints and get them in and take the extra time to. So let me know if any of that helps you. And for those of you who are interested in my floats, my custom slip floats, check out blackwarriorlures.com. It's raining. Oh crap.